Tonight, skateboard thieves caught and skateboards returned.
And quite a few marijuana busts. That's all tonight on Spinnaker News.
Good evening, Ospreys. I'm Patrick Lloyd.
And I'm Cassandra Ortiz. You're watching Spinnaker News on Spinnaker Television.
On October 22nd, two students admitted to stealing two skateboards from the Fountain's lobby. The victims placed their skateboards, which were valued at $150 and $250, near the rear door of the Fountain's lobby. They then entered Ozzy's, but when they returned about 20 minutes later, the boards were gone. A description of two suspects was obtained, and one of them was detained in Lot 10. There, the student admitted that he and his friend did in fact steal the boards. He proceeded to call his friend, who returned to the Fountains and admitted that he stole a board. Fortunately, the boards were returned to their owners. They decided that they did not want to press charges, and the thieves were referred to student conduct. Unfortunately, though, yet another skateboard was stolen the following day on October 23rd. The skateboard went missing at Building 16, but due to the heavy foot traffic, the case is currently suspended.
And in other news, classmates sprang into action after a student had a seizure in the Science and Engineering building. Thanks to her classmates' quick thinking, the student was coherent and responsive by the time the UPD officer arrived. Engine 150, Rescue 50, and paramedics all responded to Building 50. That student was then transported to Mayo Clinic. No word yet on her condition.
Well, you might have noticed while walking around campus that there's some construction going on between buildings 14 and 15. That construction project is going to be a pocket park. Zach Ovadia, the director of campus planning, design, and construction, said the pocket park is a replacement for the trailer offices that used to occupy the space. He said that instead of just paving over the space, they decided to make it a pocket park to increase the greenery on campus. The park is planned to have intersecting walkways and a circle in the middle with benches around it. Ovadia said the cost of the park is estimated to be around $200,000, which includes utility and underground work.
Kind of excited about that. Maybe that'll be a cool place to eat lunch outside.
Yeah, or just hang out in general. Yeah, an increase in greenery is always good for the campus.
Exactly, especially since we're trying to go green now.
Yep.
Alrighty, Ospreys, we'll keep it right here. We'll be back right after this short message.
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here. I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy. Oh, and she even talks to it. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Welcome back to Spinnaker News. I'm Cassandra Ortiz.
And I'm Patrick Lloyd. Let's get you caught up with weather and toss it over to Vanessa.
Good evening, Ospreys. I'm Vanessa Pearson with your Spinnaker Weather Report. It is looking and feeling spectacular outside. The rain has finally stopped and we're enjoying the clear skies and warm days. But we should definitely enjoy it while we can. As you can see on the map, we're just barely avoiding the rain, but we've also got some light to moderate storms coming in surrounding Jacksonville here. Sadly, they will probably be here by the time we reach the end of the week. Speaking of this week, let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. As you can see, we have a high of 79 on Wednesday and a low of 65. Thursday and Friday, the highs are in the 80s and the lows are in the 60s. Saturday, we will have a 50% chance of rain, and the high will be in the 78 degrees, and the low will be 56 degrees. Sunday, it should be warming back up with a high of 69 degrees and a low of 58 degrees. Well, this weekend won't be as nice as weekdays, but make sure you stay inside away from the rain and storms until Sunday. That's all I have for you, Ospreys. Let's get back to the desk.
So unfortunately, some rain this weekend. That's not very good.
Yeah, a little bit of rain. I don't know if that's going to affect the Lupe Fiasco concert that they're going to be having.
Hopefully not. That should be a good show. Hopefully the weather cooperates for that.
I agree. I hope so because I plan to be out there too. In other news, last week was a busy week for student conduct with multiple marijuana reports. On October 23rd, 2 reports were made after resident assistants smelled the odor of marijuana coming from a student's room. UPD responded to the crossings where a student handed over a pipe and 1.3 grams of marijuana. They also responded to Osprey Hall where the RA had already searched the student's room and found 0.2 grams of marijuana powder and other drug paraphernalia. Both of the students were referred to student conduct, one of which was given a notice to appear in court. Another RA also alerted UPD after smelling marijuana from a student's room at Osprey Cove. One of the roommates possessed 2.2 grams of marijuana and other drug paraphernalia. The two roommates were referred to student conduct. This time at Town Center Parkway, an officer stopped a car after a traffic violation. When the officer approached the car, he smelled marijuana. The three suspects denied having marijuana, but the officer found a grinder and 0.8 grams of marijuana under the driver's seat. Also last week, a student was booked in the Duval County Jail after a report to UPD discovered 33.7 grams of marijuana, including drug paraphernalia. The other two suspects involved were referred to student conduct.
UPD is looking for the person who stole a student's credit card and made fraudulent purchases on it. The student made a food purchase at the Osprey Fountains at around 11:20 at night. He spent the rest of the night studying and eating at the Osprey Hall's lounge until 2 a.m. The next day, he realized his wallet was missing and more than $150 had been charged to his credit card. The victim reported the charges and his card was canceled. No word on the wallets or the suspect's whereabouts.
Well, UNF now has a 3D printer. Yes, you heard correctly, a 3D printer. Back in July, the Center for Instruction and Research Technology, or CIRT, bought the MakerBot Replicator 2 for about $2,000. The printer has only been used a few times because there are still some kinks in the system that need to be figured out, such as how to operate the design programs. Now, if you're a student and you want to try this printer out, don't get your hopes up though. Unfortunately, students can only use the machine if a faculty member is involved in the project. And between designing the model on the computer and printing the object, the process actually takes a couple of days.
All right, Ospreys, let's get you caught up with sports and we'll toss it over to Brittany.
Like an earthquake.
Good evening, Ospreys. I'm Brittany Taylor with your Spinnaker News Sports Update. The men's soccer team won their first conference game Saturday night with a goal from Sean Young. The boys beat Mercer 1-0. The first half seemed to be in Mercer's favor, taking 6 shots to UNF's 1. The second half is a completely different story. Sean Young scored his first career goal, leading the team to their first conference game. The team practiced intensely for Mercer's types of plays. The second half, UNF scored 8 shots to Mercer's 6. Quote, "We made a few mistakes," Marinotto said. "They covered us well, hit the crossbar, and Brad had to come up with a big save. About the 60-minute mark, we took over the run of the play. We were all over them," end quote. UNF will play Stetson at Hodges Stadium this Saturday. That's all I have for you guys today. Back to you guys at the desk.
So great news for the men's soccer team getting their first conference win of the season.
Definitely. Hopefully this means a couple more wins in the future for them.
Yeah, I'm definitely expecting. I think the confidence of the team, they're going to be winning on this Saturday. I just feel it.
Good.
Just one of those things. Hopefully it doesn't rain. The weather did say it's supposed to, so.
Yep, we'll keep an eye out on that.
Keep eye.
Good, definitely. Well, UNF, that's all we have for you tonight.
And remember, keep yourself informed with UNFSpinnaker.com.
Have a wonderful night, Ospreys.